The Infinix Inbook X2 Slim is coming.
It's coming! It's coming!
And this time it features a slimmer and lighter design which is equally functional like the Inbook X1 Pro, or even better.
Oh, I see.
The X2 Slim also comes with some additional updates, such as keyboard backlight, a brighter display screen and more internal storage space. However, it has a number of downsides such as a poor connectivity system.
Bummer.
Let's get deeper into the details. Dimensions. Let's begin with the look of the Inbook X2. Generally speaking, it is not much different from the Inbook X1 Pro. For instance, they both have similar colorful metal alloy materials that give a similar feel between the X2 and the X1 Pro. However, the X1 Pro is heavier than the X2 partly because of its bigger bezels and panels. The X2 improves on this feature by making the bottom panel much flatter than it was in the X1 Pro and making the bezels narrower, helping to reduce the 1.5 kg weight of the Inbook X1 Pro to 1.2 kg. In terms of dimensions, the X2 has a width of 323.3 mm, a depth of 211.1 mm and a height of 14.8 mm, which is a couple of millimeters shorter than the 16.3 mm height of the X1 Pro. They both have the same 14.0-inch display screen though with the same 1920 by 1080 resolution size.
Amazing.
More on the display features next. Display. The Inbook X1 Pro and Inbook X2 have a number of similar display features. For instance, aside from their similar display screen sizes and same resolution size, they both have almost the same color reproduction and contrast levels.
Same.
But users find it a bit difficult to use the X1 Pro in brighter environments as it has a dimmer display screen compared to the Inbook X2.
You don't say.
This is because Infinix uses a different display panel for the X2 that gives it a brighter screen, making it easier to use outdoors compared to the X1 Pro.
Cool.
It still has some blurs on the screen, but at least it is not as distracting as the glossy panels of the X1 Pro. However, you will need to reconsider your options if you intend to use the Infinix Inbook X2 for advanced gaming as the screen has a very slow response rate.
Oh, come on.
Speaking of gaming, the connectivity system of the X2 is one of the major downsides. That's next. Please take a second to subscribe to our channel for more content on laptops. Let us save you from the long tedious research to find the right laptop. Let's continue. Connectivity. Connectivity on the Inbook X1 Pro is one of the best-selling features of the laptop.
Interesting.
It features a proprietary barrel charger port, USB-A port, microSD reader, USB-C port, etc. Surprisingly, connectivity ports on the Inbook X2 are nothing close to its previous models. Infinix ditched most of the ports. The barrel charger port and one USB-A port, for example, have both been dropped. The positioning of the two remaining USB-A ports are also very bizarre. Whereas the right USB-A port is positioned upside down, the left USB-A port is turned right side up. Also, the HDMI port support for external monitors is now only at up to 4K and 30 Hz instead of 4K and 60 Hz.
Really?
Lastly, although the Inbook X2 features two USB-C ports, only the left one is capable of charging the laptop or outputting to external monitors. The right port does neither of these. It has a pretty decent performance anyway. More details on that next. Performance. The performance of the Infinix Inbook X2 is not very different from the X1 Pro. They both have powerful Intel Core processors that support good GPU and CPU performances. Embedded with a 10 nm Intel Core i7 processor, Inbook X2 provides just the right amount of power to handle all your tasks. However, the Inbook X2 Slim features a relatively smaller storage space. It has an 8 GB RAM which is very fine for your normal everyday tasks, but if you intend to use it for advanced gaming, then you should upgrade to a higher model. It also features a 512 GB of internal storage space and a 50 Wh battery which can take you through about 11 hours of continuous use. Charging from empty to full capacity takes about 45 minutes to complete. In terms of power consumption, the X2 Slim is more efficient than the X1 Pro. The X2's small 45 watts AC adapter consumes around only 40 watts when gaming, which is very good compared to the 47 watts that the X1 Pro's 65 watts AC adapter consumes when gaming. Input. Both the Infinix Inbook X2 Slim and the X1 Pro have almost the same input devices.
Oh, I see.
Their keyboards, for example, have identical keys and are very comfortable and clicky to use. However, the keyboard of the Inbook X1 Pro lacked a backlight feature which makes it a bit difficult to use in dark environments. The X2 Slim solves this issue. There is a new backlight feature that makes it easier to use in low light. Here is TechSpert talking about the comfortability and backlight of the Inbook X2 Slim.
But I found that touch typing was effortless. I reached my peak speeds with basically no period of adjustment whatsoever. The travel is admittedly quite shallow, but it's just about deep enough to keep the typing experience comfortable over long periods. And there's only the merest hint of sponginess towards the center of that board. It's really not bad at all. And the Inbook X2's keyboard is also fully backlit, as you would hope at this price, with 2 degrees of brightness, which is perfect for working in low light.
Although the touchpad is a bit narrower than that of the X1 Pro, it is very responsive, smooth to use and has no sudden jumps or stops. The only downside is that pressing the touchpad of the X2 Slim makes more noise than that of the X1 Pro. But overall, it has a quite decent performance and without any major issues. What's your favorite feature about the Infinix Inbook X2 Slim? Let's get interactive in the comments section below. In all, the Infinix Inbook X2 Slim is very impressive. Its lightweight, gracefully encased in a thin and sleek design, can perfectly fit in your handbag, making it the perfect companion for students. However, if you are a gamer, you should consider other powerful laptops such as the HP Pavilion Gaming 16-core i5 10th Gen. We have more on that in the next video. Click on the link to watch and see you next time.